So you ever just look at a part of your town that you built up, and at first when you built it, you were like, hey, this looks really cool. But after, like a day or two of looking at it, you're like, eh, that's pretty garbage. I can do a little bit better. So I had that moment. Of course I did. It's me. I always have those moments. So let me introduce you to the new Eiffel Tower. Not Eiffel Tower, Iron Tower Park area. So I kind of tore it all out, and I've redone this right here. Before, remember, there was all kinds of stuff. There were all sorts of parks everywhere. There were little flowery egg-shaped statues. There was stuff everywhere. There was a maze right here of things, and it was messy. God, it was so messy. I just couldn't stand it anymore. I could not handle it. I had to do away with it. So I've gone through and I have redesigned it. I decided to do this before I started recording. And I am relatively happy with it now. I actually have been looking at pictures, or a lot of, not just pictures, but a Google Earth, 3D map of Paris a lot lately, getting some inspiration from good old Paris. Yeah, go ahead and hate me. I pronounced it like that. So what I'm going to try to do is something similar to it. Since we are going to do the World's Fair off over here, I'm going to make this whole long length of it probably somewhere. I mean, it's not going to go all the way over here, but somewhere in this area, just like a lawn, basically, just a long lawn of grass. And I'm going to do the grass in a way that I see people do a lot, and I really think it's awesome. I've never personally done it myself. We're going to do it like this. We'll come down through here. And then we're gonna, is it Shift G? Yeah. We're gonna like Shift G it all the way. I think, can I do it that way and copy it? Don't know if I can do it this way or not. Yes, I can. Cool. So we're going to do a lawn similar to this style right here. I really think it looks really neat. Like that. Yeah. It's so cool looking, especially when you do it in places like that. So we're going to do a really neat lawn style thing going down through here, going over to the World's Fair with not a whole lot of craziness on the outside edges. It's going to be mostly trees, some pathways, maybe a few gazebos, a couple of fountains. Simple. We're going simple. We're not going to go like must use all the ornaments. We're not going to do that. We're going to go more simplified in the decorating for this area, more elegant and not so blisteringly crazy. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I was able to get the roads, except for this one little niche right here, which I could fix that actually real quick. I could make this little niche right here work out the way I'm wanting it to. Like that. That way it's even all the way around, and it makes me feel better. Like so. Cool. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. My cat all of a sudden tried to jump in my lap the moment I put my hand up, and I knocked her in the face, and she just tore a hole in my brand new chair. That's lovely. Anyways. Yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out, with how the roads went. That way, it kind of creates more of a big plaza instead of all the wild and crazy stuff everywhere. So, I still like my little topiary statue in the middle. I think that looks kind of nice. Since we don't have, arcs, monumental arches, like the Arc de Triomphe, or the Triumph Arch. Let's just call it what it is. It's the Triumph Arch, the Arch of Triumph. Since we don't have anything like that, a nice little topiary statue of this guy looking around. So pretty happy with how that right there came along. Other than that, just been kind of, slowly filling in a few other spots. Redid some roads. You all wouldn't notice it, but like this road right here was a double road that just kind of randomly ended there, and then it was a single road, then it went back to a double. So I tore some stuff out and tried to widen things out a little bit more and have some wider boulevards happening in a few other spots, just to give some breathing room. I know we're going for 1 million population, but come on. It doesn't have to be like so crammed in. We can have some space. Still trying to figure out what to do with some of the interiors of these. I may redesign a little bit of this so I can fit in like department stores, even if I don't turn them on. I can like leave them turned off and just have them there for looks, because the department stores do look kind of nice, and having them just for looks is not a bad idea. So I may have some, we'll call them ornamental department stores. How about that? Ornamental department stores. I think that'd be kind of fun. So yeah, just a few little tweaks in there that I've been playing around with, trying to get everything to fit in a little bit nicer and look a little bit nicer around town. And that's basically been it. Just kind of been piddling around with things. Just doing a little piddling. Still at 70. I want to get to about 80. I finally sat down and kind of figured it up. I want about 80 palace wings. So really that's not going to be too bad. We're getting pretty close to the next one for the 72, guys, because we are finally over 200,000 population. Yay. We are 20% of the way to our goal. So very, very happy with that. Crown Falls itself has 93,000 people on it. So really, really awesome seeing that much population. So, what is today's goal? Well, I think today's goal is going to be similar. We're going to kind of reverse time back to when we first came to Crown Falls. And we are going to do a big layout over here. I want to go from right around in here where our tourist mooring area is at. Which I don't know what I'm going to do actually with this entire shoreline here. I haven't really decided what to do with it. It's not going to be like an industrial area, obviously. Our docklands, which is still just sad and pathetic looking over here, is over here. So that's our docklands area. Over here, I don't quite know what I want to do with this shoreline just yet. I haven't really made up my mind. It might just be like a big boardwalk type area. I don't know yet. I can't decide what to do with this over here right now. So it's just going to be left alone. But we are going to go from at least this line right here, probably up this way. This is one of my main boulevards to the city right here. I don't know exactly where it's going to end, somewhere over in here. But this is one of our main boulevard areas. So I'm thinking I want to get this area filled in. Stop dragging the road. And get some layouts going, get some designs going. I talked about some time ago having a shopping district, having the other shopping arcades that are not going to be like used all over the city that I want to put down, and I also want to incorporate them with this stuff right here. The Belinda San Pedro, the head of arcade acquisitions, where she will replace cherry wood, wood veneers, coconut oil, steel, and brass with just wood, tallow, and iron. So I want to take a look at some of those recipes and see what all I can squeeze in from that and get those put in. And I may look around at some of the other ones that we are currently producing on. That one's not it. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Investors. Got a vacuum cleaner here. And okay, we got a toaster there and a refrigerator there. So that's got steel. That's got steel. That's got steel. See, all of these are actually pretty cool because, but I mean, steel is not, I mean, I'm importing the steel, so it's not a big deal, but it is kind of interesting that I could replace all of that if I wanted to. I'll see something like this right here where it wants to replace the wood veneers. Wood veneers and what was it? It's just wood veneers, or was it brass as well? I always forget. Yeah, it does. It replaces the brass and the wood veneers and the cherry wood. That basically replaces the entire, well, almost the entirety of like the writing desks. I think these are here, the big ones. Yeah, we would replace brass. We would replace the cherry wood for the vanity screens. We'd replace 2 things for the writing desk. We'd replace the cherry wood for the 4-poster bed. Yeah, we would replace quite a bit there. I didn't mean to click on you again. Shopping arcade. Stop doing that. This one. Good gosh. And under these, I think mostly all this is the iron. And then the briefcase is the brass, and that's one that will get put up underneath there. And then if we look at the drugstore, she would replace what for this? She would replace the coconut oil for the lipstick and the face cream. That's 2 more things right there that it would replace. The lipstick and the face cream. And those are 2 that I'm probably going to want near downtown-ish. Like somewhere right over in here. Yeah, so she's actually really good. I may try to craft a few more of her and get her to cover and and work her into the cityscape somewhere to cover some more of these. I'm not worried about influence, so I may try to work some more of her in. Well, I'll see about that. But I do want to make my shopping area with the rest of the shopping arcades that we're going to want, so I can start getting the rest of my bonus population, even though, honestly, the rest of the bonus population isn't much. It's only, what is that, 6, 7, 8, 800, 900? 900. 900 more people. I mean, honestly, that's nothing. It's nothing. But, you know, it's a little something extra, so why not? We'll get it in there. We'll get that covered. And I think, other than that, that's going to be about my plan for today. Not sure if I'm going to do this as a time lapse. I doubt it. What I'll probably do is I'll work on it a little bit. We'll come back. We'll talk about what I've done, and we will see what I'm planning on doing with it and how it's coming along, and go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving some stuff out of my way, and then I'm going to start planning this out, and we will pop back in here shortly and take a look. Okay, guys, I couldn't help myself. I haven't even started the other side of the city, but I had to go ahead and make this right here because he had to move anyways. So I went ahead and made my little my little lawn area. So it's looking kind of cool. It's very, like I said, very simple, very green. I needed more green in the city. It's just, yes, it's a big mega city, but it needs some green. And everyone's always wanting me to make a big Central Park type area. So I did something similar to that. We got a nice little lawn right here. Just some meandering paths off to the side, you know, with gazebos, parks, fountains, the little chess tables. I love the little chess tables. Some statues, just some, you know, just some small odd and end stuff back in here for people to wander and hang out at. I may add in a few other odd and end decorations that might, maybe some of the seasonal stuff, possibly. Maybe a little, well, maybe we can add in some of the seasonal things here. Not the pumpkin cart, pumpkin barrels, maybe a wine stand, but oh, not that color. Whoops, there we go. Maybe a nice little wine stand back there. That'd be kind of fun. Actually, maybe we'll put him right there. Yeah, nice little wine stand. I hate when it does that. Little wine stand, you know, just some little odd and end stuff, you know, just to add a little life to everything. Maybe I could put a cider stall somewhere in here. You always need a little life in your cities. There we go. There we go. See? Nice little cider stall hidden off in the corner right there. May add some other stuff around it here in a little bit. Have a bit. I never use these seasonal ornaments, but this might be a decent little place to do some. Not the bonfire though. Bonfire's a little bit much. We do have these little like things like this right here. I could add in a couple of. Places for people to sit and have a drink. Add in a small wine stand right there. So yeah, see? Just, just little stuff like that, just to kind of add a little bit of interest and flavor into the cities like that. So I'm probably going to go through and add a few other little things here and there. Maybe have a maypole somewhere. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know. I'll see. But yeah, I just had to go ahead and make this little part right here up and create this little thing for our World's Fair area. It will, of course, be surrounded by low-rise high-rises, and we're not going to put any massive stuff around it. Probably like level 1s and 2s around the edge just to encase it, make it look a little interesting. So, yeah. All right, there's that little project right there done. Now time to go and actually get started on the city itself. So I'll see you guys here in just a second. All right, let's take a quick look at what I've got going on here. I've moved everything around, got everything out of the way, and I have kind of straightened out the road system here. Gotten some of our double roads and some nice boulevard areas going right through here. As you can see, I'm kind of playing around, dragging some of my favorite little decorations, the enclosed greenery, which are absolutely awesome. But dragging those around just to kind of fill this right here in. But yeah, so got some boulevards going on, and then the in-between stuff right here. I've kind of started filling in some down here. I'm trying to start working a bunch of our hotels into the cityscape. Of course, right now our hotels are just kind of, shoved in up here in this region. For the time being, all this up here is just kind of, this is a holding area. I like to call this a holding area right here. Just where everything's kind of at until I can work it into the city. So I've got all of that up here. I do have a bar and a cafe down here, just temporarily. Once I have all of this done, then I'm going to move this bar and this cafe probably down into here, because the hotels are I'm probably going to try to fit 2 more hotels over in this area somewhere. And then the other 3 hotels will likely be somewhere up in here. And that's going to be all the hotels kind of fit into the cityscape a little bit and kind of scattered around. I might come over here. I've got some big empty spots. And I could actually work a couple of the hotels in over here. So I could do that just to kind of spread them out some more so they're not so noticeable. And I'm really thinking about putting 1 hotel right up here on the cliff's edge, overlooking the city from this side. Maybe 1 over here too, just some cliffside hotels. Everyone likes some cliffside hotels, so I may save a couple of at least 2 hotels for the cliff's edges up there. I think that would look kind of nice. Other than that, yeah, we've got everything kind of spread out and ready to go. I'm kind of filling in homes. Just seeing where everything's going to fit, because I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to fit in there together. I'm on super slow again. That happens because the hotkey that I use for OBS to pause and unpause my recording is the minus on the keypad, which is the same to go to slow down. So that happens all the time. Some spots I'm going to leave blank, of course, because I do want some parks, and I need to leave room for things like the shopping malls and all that kind of stuff. I got ourselves this little botanical garden right here, which was just kind of crammed in there. I've spread it out, made it look a little bit nicer, added in some other stuff to it. It does have a music pavilion because I need to get an Anno 2070 music sheet, which is what affects the Sargasso Sea right here. Affects the Sargasso Sea, so I've got to find an Anno 2070 music sheet, and it'll go in there and boost up my attractiveness from this guy, so it's going to be kind of nice. I'm also running, I think they're done. Are they done? Yeah, I've been running a bunch of item developments for a lot of new zoo stuff, so I need to go collect all those, bring those over. And again, I will slap them down up here in our holding area, and then I will work them into the city as I start finding room for everything. Of course, we have all this space over here. And I'm thinking I'm going to turn this particular island right here into a giant zoo. I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm going to do it. I will redo the road layout. Like, this clay deposit can get moved. I'm going to redo the railroads and move all that around. And I'm thinking this is going to be a huge zoo right here. I don't remember what all I've been researching. I know like extinct species and snowflakes. luminaries, maybe? I can't remember now. I have to go back and look and see. I was doing a bunch of different zoo stuff to start, and then I'm going to go back and get a bunch more of the museums and some of the botanical garden stuff. But I've been trying to get some of the ones that are all kind of go together. So I'm probably going to have several zoos over here because some of the zoo stuff doesn't match all the same sheet music. So there might be a couple of different zoos, but it's all going to be on this big island. So I think I'm going to have one big zoo island right there. I think that would look kind of cool. Some of the, I'm going to have probably botanical garden on each side of this. Of course, this botanical garden right here is going to be part of the Palace District, this big one. But I'm going to do a couple of others. And I think I'm going to go down on each side of the World's Fair and have the botanical gardens right over there. I think that would look kind of nice. So from here, I'm just going to keep on filling all of this right here in. Oh, I also need to think about these guys. These guys need to go in somewhere too. Yeah, because we need our canals. I have a canal right there, actually, which I could bring down to here. Oh, I was like, what's your problem? That's your problem. Then we could snake him over to here. Like, yeah, all this stuff right here in the way. There we go. Yeah, we could snake that one down over there. Take this out. And bring you up there. And then we have our canal connected up right there. And it's just going to kind of dead end right there. And that gives us some canals and stuff. Just, you know, something a little more interesting to look at. I know a lot of people have created like big river systems or giant lakes and stuff with them. And honestly, I just don't like the way it looks. Just looks weird to me for some reason. If someone can make a case for making them look a little more interesting, of course, you can't make them more than 3 tiles wide and then have roads going over them because Ubisoft hates us. So trying to create like big rivers, it just doesn't look right because then you have to like make fake bridges, and I just don't like the way it looks. So I stick to 2 tile wide and just snake them around through the city. I don't have them everywhere. You know, this is not Amsterdam, but just, you know, just something a little fun and interesting looking. So yeah, I think we're just going to do a little bit of that in here. Some of our roads down and around. I sometimes like having the houses or the buildings right up next to it instead of, you know, having a road all the way down the side. Sometimes the building itself looks cool just around the sides. I don't know. Think about it. So I'm going to go and start filling some more of this right here in and seeing what it's going to look like here in just a second. So I'll see you guys when I get back. Okay, after quite a bit of finagling, I think I finally might have something, although there's still a little finagling left to do, trying to get everything in here the way I want it to. It's a never-ending process. Some of this is getting a little grid-like, but being over here, I'm thinking this is going to be kind of a part of the city that would be a little more gridded out. It's going to be like a more tightly clustered pack of mostly engineer residences, engineer skyscrapers, 1s and 2s over in this area right here. So I'm okay with it being kind of clustered in. Honestly, though, I really think skyscrapers look best when they are clustered together in like clusters like this, or, you know, at the most this. When you start getting them with like big long stretches inside like that, or even this, or God forbid, like what I had to do right here, I just don't think it looks as good. I think they look better when they are more tightly compacted in smaller groups. So I'm trying to keep with that as much as I can. Some parts of the town over here might get a small redesign. Now, this right here, I don't really like. I don't like a 2x2 of skyscrapers. I don't like all corners. I need it to have some straight edges. So there are some parts of the city that might get a little redo later as I'm playing around with it. But for right now, I'm okay with how most of this right here is looking. I'll really kind of be able to tell more as I fill things in. Now here's my little shopping thingy up here. I was gonna make it like rows of them, but I did it. I was like, nope, and I ripped it all out, and I decided to do it just in a kind of a loose circle. We've got the vanity screens over here. Now they are all within range of a trade union that has Belinda. So instead of course, cherry wood, it just needs regular wood, which is easy to get. So we got the vanity screens. We do have a vacuum here, just because he is going to be supplying all of this over here. And it's going to be nice because he only needs iron. We've got a banker's lamp right here. We've got a briefcase. We've got the lounge seating. And I don't have anything in that one. Yeah, I don't have anything in that one or there. I have gone through, I had a bunch of them that I went ahead and built. And they are still paused. But I have, let's see, he's actually working. No, he's paused. Never mind. I went ahead and try to get them all supplied here. Or not supplied, but at least turned into what I want them to be. That way, once I'm ready, I can go and find the ones I want and turn them on and get all of the goods out of them. So like this crockery right here will turn on here shortly. I've got everything for the furniture stores built and all that ready. Oh, and the pomade. That's what you were going to be, was pomade. You were going to be the pomade. That's what I wanted you to be. But we're going to go ahead and pause you for now. That way I have at least... Oh, and lipstick. I still have one for lipstick? Really? Okay, well, I guess we'll get a lipstick one somewhere. I swore I had done lipstick. We'll get a lipstick. We'll pause him. That way, yeah, now everything... I have one of everything at minimum. A lot of them are turned off right now because I don't have the goods to supply them, but I will here shortly. And that is going to be everything I need to get him up to 1,500 extra investors. So that's going to be pretty nice once I have that. Some free space left around. You'll see I did not really incorporate any more hotels in over here. I decided not to. I think I'm going to do a couple of hotels up here. Again, I may still come back through and tear some of these housing out and toss in a hotel or two. This area also does need town halls. I don't have any. I was just trying to get a road layout going first, and then I'm going to go back and start, figuring in the town halls where I want them to go once I know how I want that to work. Not everything's going to get town halls, obviously, but I do want the majority of stuff to be covered by town halls. As you can see over here, it's not 100%. It's not 100% coverage on the town halls, but it's a lot of the city is covered by town halls. And some things, like this right here, this right here just needs a department store. There was something else, though. Yeah, like it needs chewing gum. I may end up supplying chewing gum to some of these, at least chewing gum, if nothing else. At minimum, I may supply the chewing gum to everybody, to the city. Just trying to find... I probably will not ever do the billiards or the violins, just because they do take quite a bit of input. But the chewing gum is pretty easy. I think it only needs... chewing gum is easy. It only needs caoutchouc, sugar, and cinnamon. So that might be something I actually do go ahead and supply myself. The billiard tables I probably won't, just because it needs celluloid, and I need a lot of celluloid for everything else. And the same thing with the artisan, the violins. It needs lacquer, and I'm going to need lacquer for several other things. So that stuff I might not, but we'll see. We'll kind of see where our population is getting to once I get all of this right here built and upgraded into skyscrapers. And just kind of start getting an idea of how we're going to do that. So... chewing gum is probably coming just so I can at least upgrade some of these level 1s that are out here on the outskirts into level 2s, or not level 1s into level 2s, level 2s into level 3s on some of these over here on the outskirts of the cities. But yeah, that is a whole new section of town that I am ready to start doing some massive upgrading on, and probably between episodes, I'm going to go through and I'm going to start getting all the goods needed to supply this. It really won't be that difficult. I've turned on a few iron mines up here. I'm going to convert this zinc and copper right here into iron as well. That way I have that available to me. Because I do have another gas power plant right here that is going to be providing power to this side of the city. Now, this gas power is going to need another... I need another gas plateau, basically. So I'm going to have to get to the Arctic and get a gas plateau up and running to get this gas power plant supplied, because otherwise it is going to chew through my storage. I'm not going to turn him on just yet. I'm going to wait till I have engineered all this to the point that I need it, actually. And then I'm going to head to the Arctic and go ahead and get another plateau up and running. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Big section of the city ready to go online here. Get that population boosted right on up really quickly. I don't know how much population this right here is going to give me based on all of this right here and what we have. This might be about 30 or to 40,000 people, somewhere around that number. About 30 to 40K is what my guesstimate would be for how much population this is going to supply me. So doing pretty well. We're slowly getting there. We're slowly but surely getting there. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.